All right. So Maeiv, God, why do I keep saying Maeiv? Maeiv
You
is
have to Warcraft, man. It's
Yeah.
Maiev. You have to learn who she
It's what
is.
happens when you have no idea who the hero is.
well,
Yeah.
I'm the one who called ETC a bull, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, so Maiev is apparently
Let's
OP.
call her Mary. Let's call her Mary. How about
Mary,
that? You know that
You
name.
can remember Mary.
So, but anyway, Maiev is now live, and so let's go to our master. Oh wait, I was gonna say Grandmaster, but I can't. All right, let's go to Scott and get his thoughts on Maiev on the character.
Well, I only got in one game with her, but she seems very strong. Her damage seems, I mean, just she's tanky. She deals a lot of damage. I thought the Fan of Knives was kind of like OP when you hit two heroes and you can just spam it, but her auto attacks hit really hard too. So, and she's got a ton of hit points. She's just overall seems like she needs to be toned down a little bit.
In what way, in your opinion?
She's got
Just
too much
damage-wise?
health. She's got too much damage, and that she can deal a lot of spell damage with the Fan of Knives if you got a bunch of people clumped up. And on top of doing spell damage, she hits really hard with her auto attacks. It'd be like if Kerrigan's auto attacked for like double what she does now with all the spell damage she does. It's just like too much damage, and pretty much all the heroes right now have you're either good at one or the other. There's a couple like heroes that are like Vala can do both, Zul'jin, but it's just kind of rare that she does both extremely well.
And I guess they tried to correct her tankiness by lowering her spell armor or her armor
Yeah,
from
they,
15 to 10,
Like
but not enough, I think.
5 is nothing. 15 to
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Let's go over some numbers real quick. So her level 1 attacks is 162 at 1.11 attacks per second, and that equates to about 179 DPS. And that is the same, or basically like 2 or 3 off of Stukov, his DPS.
She's Stukov off level auto attack. That's ridiculous.
This is ridiculously hard.
And then but she does the same amount of DPS. She hits for a little less, but more often, obviously. And if you take Naisha's Memento, that does the glaive bounce. Keep in mind that if there's 2 targets, it bounces back and forth. So if you hit that main target, it bounces back and then bounces back to your original auto attack target. So it does like what? I don't know the exact numbers, but I read on Reddit or one of the posts, you're doing like 280% auto attack or 260% auto attack damage on your target when you're auto attacking with Naisha's Memento, something stupid like that. And let's go into her Q, which is the most broken part of her kit, in my opinion. So if you hit 2 or more heroes with her Q, then the cooldown is reset to 0.5 seconds. And let's compare that with another hero who has a really famous Q that you want to be avoiding. Kael'thas. Kael'thas at level 1, his Flame Strike is on a 7-second cooldown, does 320 damage, which is 45 DPS if you cast it on cooldown. If you cast Fan of Knives on cooldown, it's 180 damage in 4 seconds, which is also conveniently 45 DPS. The same.
It's a flame strike every Q. Shit.
Yeah. And Kael'thas at level 16 gets the second Q, Flame Strike. But that's, if you think about it, it's only adding 100% damage to your Q, right? And then if you get the reset and you're able to spam it, you could potentially get up to 700% extra value from the resets on Maev's Q. So it comes down to if you cast it 3 times, or Maev's Q, so but hit single heroes 2 times, and then on the third one you hit 2 heroes. So you cast it 3 times but hit 4 bodies. You actually outscale Kael'thas's Flame Strike build at level 16. So if you
Yeah,
have
it's too
poor
much.
managed, if you
KT's
have
got
poor
other talents. Where
But-
if you hit 2 people, you do 8% health, and the level 1 that gives you 175 extra damage.
But
Oh,
that's
okay.
not the point. Is that
That's not-
this ability
this is-
should not be at Kael'thas levels.
No,
Yeah.
Kael'thas with talents at level 16 is outscaled by a basic fan of knives without talents.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's math.
Well,
Damn.
well, I think everyone was so full disclosure. I haven't gotten a game with her because she's insta-banned in all my games, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
everyone thought that maybe her range on her Q was going to be limiting, like her engage wasn't that good. But what do you guys think? I think actually it's like she just does too much damage and it's too tanky. So it doesn't matter that much.
What I found that her biggest weakness is lack of engage, and
Yeah.
you kind of want, when I first theory crafted her playstyle without actually playing her, I probably wanted to save my E, which is the blink, as
Yeah.
a retreat tool. But she's so tanky and does so much damage.
Doesn't matter.
Just use
She
it
can
as
kill
an
them
engage.
before she
Yeah.
dies. She
Yeah.
kills them before they kill you.
She has our armor, especially at level 13 and 16. Or level 13, I mean. And then she also has her trait, which is probably one of the most overpowered traits in the game. You have 0.75 seconds of invulnerability every 8 seconds. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she has Johanna's trait, but on a much more aggressive skill set.
Well, her trait's a dodge, right?
Well, it's free cleanse, right? It's the same idea.
It's not a cleanse. You have to. It's like a pre-cleanse, I guess. You can call it that, right? Because she has.
No,
To,
it's a
she avoids.
cleanse.
I thought it's only you have to avoid. You can't.
Yeah, you can't cast it if you're stunned, but
Yeah.
it gets rid of. It's probably better than a cleanse. Do cleanses get rid of dots? Because her
No.
trait, I think,
No.
does.
Oh snap! I
Her
didn't
trait
know that.
does, yeah.
Her
She-
trait
but you
gets rid
can't
of
It's
use
dots.
it
like
if you're
Tracer's
rooted.
Recall.
Why
I
would
believe.
Why would a leap get rid of a dot? That doesn't make any sense.
She jumps over the damage.
That doesn't make any sense. Why? Maybe she got some clean air up really high. Or
Yeah,
something?
exactly.
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
So didn't Bacon say that, like in Discord, that you can't group up against her, but you also can't like be too spread out, I guess, because she'll pick you off, right? Or no? Yeah.
That's the problem. The counterplay is very poor against her.
So is this like, I think
The-
every show I think says that she's overpowered, right? Or overtuned, right?
Overtuned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
it-
her
numbers are
win
too
rate
strong.
is like the highest since. I think it's higher than Malthael was. You probably got to go back to Samara, right? For when he was released to have a win rate
Yeah.
comparable to Maiev.
It's like, it's got to be one of the top 3 release win rates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Genji level or like Li Ming level win rates.
Reming. First thing. that came
Genji
to my mind
wasn't
was
good
Li
when
Ming.
he was first released, or he
Yeah,
was
Gen-
good, but nobody knew how to play him.
Yeah.
It's more like Li Ming, I think, because Li Ming was really accessible, and everyone kind of out of the box knew how to play with her, at least to
There
a
was-
certain level to do enough damage and win.
That
Yeah.
was that
So-
S of Johan with Liming, that
Yes.
the orb that brings you in, drags you in.
Yeah, that's right. And then you can combo it. And they got rid of that.
So is it a good thing when Blizzard releases a character that is obviously overtuned or overpowered like this?
They sell more heroes. Like you have to own her. and come up with a hero
I don't
that-
think that's what it is, personally. I think they
Yeah.
tried to do it by lowering her armor, but I think they're gonna have to do a little bit more.
Well, what I'm saying is like is it like I would think that it wouldn't sell more heroes because she's always banned all the time, right? So doesn't it have the negative effect or opposite effect?
Yeah, you got quick
Yeah.
match to play her in right now, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's kind of dangerous though, having overtuned heroes come in as far as pro play goes. Though.
Well, or do you want the undertuned hero? Do you want like the Probius effect where they release it and no one cares?
Probius had limitations through the play style, not because like tuning or undertuning. It's like you release a Gazlo character, it's not going to be good, right?
Her kit's
Yeah.
amazing. It's fun to play.
It is fun to
just
play.
Not like numbers aside, yeah. It's if she feels nice, it feels kind of accurate
It's
to the
overtuned,
lore,
right?
I guess, too, and the feel
Yeah.
of the character.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft
she
and Warcraft.
feels like the Warcraft 3 Warden to me, or similar to it.
Yeah.
So I guess like why can't like Blaze, right? He was released and he was undertuned and then they buffed him in 2 weeks, right? Why can't they just do that with this character? Why have her come out over? Because I think everyone agreed that she was overtuned in the PTR and they really didn't do very much besides lower the armor from 15 to 10.
We probably don't know, but I'm wondering like, what's the skill level of the Blizzard development team? Because any high diamond, low master level player would put their hands on this kid and go, "Why the fuck are we going to release it like this?"
Well, normally there's
After
the
a couple
development
games.
team isn't the test team, so there's usually a test team that goes and tests development code. You don't have developers test their own code usually, but
No, but that's not what Bacon was saying though.
Whoever gets their hands on this hero, right?
They know she's overtuned.
yeah.
Yeah, and also so Ishbu, the tank player, I believe for Heroes Hearth, is he the tank player?
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, he tweeted out Maev's level 4 talent, Blade Dance does physical damage instead of spell damage. I don't think people realize how huge it is to HOTS development to have spells do physical damage. It makes things more difficult to understand, but it makes physical versus magic damage. It makes physical versus magic damage dealers more significant. So, I think he has a point there.
He does. That's very counterintuitive.
Yeah, it can be kind of confusing.
Well,
Does it say in the tooltip?
It states it in the talent, so it lets
But
you
it's just-
know.
Yeah, it just feels weird, right? That my spell does physical.
So I think this is another high, like this is a high, maybe not as high skill cap as like Alarak, but I think this is definitely on a 1 to 10 scale, with 10 being the highest. I think this is like a 7.5 to an 8 level of skill needed to do well. And I think again, if you're at the lower levels, she is not good. But again, she'll have the Genji effect where like a lot of these bad players think that they're really good with her, but they're not. So that's
Yeah,
what I think. This.
A lot of the win timers have been saying in bronze and silver, Maiev is basically 0 impact. But who knows? 2 weeks from now. But
Yeah,
the case
still an
could
overtuned
be.
hero.
No, yeah, she's definitely overtuned. But I'm just saying, like, if you're playing in maybe even in gold level, like I think. Well, actually, let's ask Tower Baron. How's it feel in gold level? This character, Dan.
Well, I haven't actually played against this character in gold
Yeah, but
level.
you're a gold level player, right? You should have an idea of the meta at the gold level, right? Since you're a gold level player.
Well, the character has only been released for a few days, and
Never mind.
she does get banned, but
Wait, you've had 30 hours to play her, but you have no idea how she fits into the meta? How dare you?
it's not.
Where's
The
the
meta
gold meta?
isn't the determining factor in these games for silver and gold, which I don't have to tell any of you guys. Like all this meta stuff, it doesn't determine the games, the outcomes.
It
There are
just
a lot
not.
of other things that determine the outcomes, but it's not who's the meta right now.
Oh, are you saying that those level of Hero League games are like brawls?
No, they're not brawls.
Okay.
I don't know if you want me
Anyway.
to jump into the topic now, but
No.
definitely-
No. We'll do that a little bit later.
But
Son,
I just have a
answer
question
chat.
about the Fan of Knives. So the level 4 talent, does that give it spell damage plus additional physical damage? Is that
Yes.
wow?
So whatever you you hit with the Fan of Knives, that's spell damage. And then there's a little circle around her that hits all targets for the physical damage.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
kind of
two sources of damage from Fan of Knives.
All right,
one
so
ability, one physical.
Oh, she's got the level 16 that when you have more than 10 armor, you can, if you pick up that talent, you deal 35% increased physical damage.
Yeah, we
which
talked about
would
that last
amplify that
Oh, yeah.
spell. So, I mean, it has some synergy later on with her talents.
So doing simultaneous spell and physical damage. Wow.
I guess you got to test whether it stacks with other things like Tirana's True Shot Aura. Is that the only damage increasing ability other heroes give?
I think so.
All right,
so Bacon, you had a question from chat or something, or
Yeah, San asked in chat, if you're good with, like, haven't tried Maeiv but wondered if you're good with X, you'd dig Maeiv. Who is a comparable hero in playstyle? And I would say Greymane Genji, right?
what about Kerrigan?
Kerrigan too. But
What about Illidan?
Illidan too.
What about Fat Illidan?
Not Fat Illidan. The issue I said in Discord, the issue with her right now is she does damage like a ranged hard carry. She crowd controls almost like a solo tank. She tanks like a bruiser, and then she dives like a melee assassin. So what's she bad at?
She has
chasing
no
heroes?
self-sustain. That's it.
No self-sustain?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's got no
okay.
self-sustain.
Yeah, she
All
can't heal
right.
herself. That's her one weakness.
Oh, she has a
Damage.
trait on an 8-second cooldown.
And
Yeah.
her range too. That was supposedly one of her weaknesses.
Oh yeah, she's melee as a melee assassin. That's her
Semi-melee.
drawback.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought we were saying that maybe she could get poked down, but I guess that's not the case, right? If you have a lot of like Hanzo, Valoriner, such and such to poke her down, I guess that's not really effective, is it? Chromie.
I think that's the intended counterplay,
Yeah.
but she dives really well too.
Yeah, because you're kind of using your E to kind of warp in, blink in, or whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What do you guys think about our ultimates? Because I know it's only been 2 days, so not a lot of games logged, but Warden's Cage, the one that forms a ring around her, has a 6% higher win rate than Containment Disc. And
It's
sorry.
good.
You have
It
some
holds people on
distractions.
top of you so that you can beat on them.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
And
Hardy.
if you're getting
Sorry.
multiple people like hit by that, staying in range, you're proccing Fan of Knives over and over again on a super short cooldown. It plays into keeping people close so that she can just go ham.
Exactly. So it plays very similarly to like Zarya's Gravity Well, and so it forces a fight on that spot. So people who are supposed to poke her out, like Chromie, she can use her E in, then do the Warden's Cage, which forces the Swishies to fight in a very, very small area. So it really helps, remove her weakness of being poked down, so she can force the fight to happen.
And if you get Umbro Bind, you also get 2 pullbacks because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
wall pushes
So-
once and then you Umbro Bind.
Mhm.
So I've been listening to what everyone has said. It seems like she's bad for the game.
She's
No,
over.
I
Her
think
numbers
she's
are
good
strong.
for the game. She's overtuned, but I think she's good for the game.
Okay.
She has too much health.
If
too much health,
you-
too much armor.
I think if you have Fan of Knives, which is 180 damage, and then if you lop off one of the digits, maybe 90 damage, 95 damage, that'll be better.
No, you just got to decrease, or you can't have that on a half a second cooldown when you're hitting multiple people. It's on like maybe you cut it down to like 2 seconds if you hit 2 people.
Or one.
I
Better.
think. Yeah, or even
Try one
one,
first.
decrease her auto attack damage by like 10%, maybe decrease her health by about 10%, and she's probably pretty close with those changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random question: has anyone seen Rich play him? Has that been made public at all, or?
Yeah, on YouTube. But this is, I think, it's a PTR game that he played.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, anything else on Maiev?
He streams. Rich streams often now, so there's probably a bunch of games that he's played on his VODs on Twitch.
Okay. All right. Anything else on Maiev?
OPAF. That's it.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Genji. So they nerfed the Dragon Blade at the level 10 and
Again.
level 20.